No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.
Switch me out and let's switch it up. Hey there, slutties, and welcome to the neighborhood. I am your fantastic host, Sammy Switch. Welcome you to another episode of the Suburban Slut Podcast, your home for kinkery, sluttery, fuckery, and everything in between. Slide on in and let's get cozy, shall we? How we doing out there, slutties? It's almost the new year. Like, literally. In a few days, it'll be the new year, and 2026 is definitely going to be the year of the slut. I'm coining it now. We are going to bring that into fruition. We are going to make it happen, Cap'n. So let's make it happen. How do we do that? Well, we listen to the Suburban Slut Podcast. And how do we support the Suburban Slut Podcast? Well, let me tell you, there's a few ways. Of course, our most popular option is the good old Instagram that also has our link tree in the bio for episodes, for discounts, for support of the show, to sign up for Patreon. That's all on our Instagram at Suburban Slut Podcast on Instagram. Of course, you can always email the show, suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. Comes directly to good old Sammy, and I will more than likely guarantee you that I'll read your email on the air. So if you want to interact with the show, if you want to play some of the games we play, if you want to respond to some of the slut madness that has happened, please email, let's connect. Or if you just want to chat, email, let's chat. And you definitely love connecting and talking to you guys directly. I do not have a secretary. I do not have AI answering stuff. No. You message the Suburban Slut Podcast, you are going to talk to the Sammy Switch directly. I know I'm like The Rock now. The Sammy Switch. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. I'm a little hyper today, so I'm going to try to reel that in. Any hoozles. Where else? So you can also find us on the good old FetLife, Sammy Switch. If you want information on the new play group that is forming, that is where you want to go. Heads up, you must be a native to Illinois in the suburbs of Chicago. It is a location-based party. Excuse me. It is a location... Wow, maybe if I swallow... It is a location-based party, so unfortunately it doesn't allow people from California, Nigeria, or Mexico to join because it might be a little hard to come to the parties. Check that out. We are also on good old Facebook, Suburban Slut Podcast on Facebook, Sammy Switch on Facebook. Where else can you support the show? Well, Patreon.com, Suburban Slut Podcast on Patreon. You get unlimited access to ad-free episodes. You get to talk to other Patreon members in our group chat. You do have direct access to me, Sammy Switch, on there. We can direct message all day, all time. You have exclusive content. We are going to start doing more exclusive Patreon episodes, so keep an eye out for that. And what else? Oh, so... Patreon has a lot of perks. It has a lot of bonuses. And recently, during the Sexy Santa giveaway, one of the promotions was sign up for Patreon and get 30 bonus entries into the Sexy Santa giveaway. I will inform you, the giveaway has come to a conclusion. I know, it's sad, it was fun. I want to take this quick moment to shout out all the sponsors of the Sexy Santa giveaway. We have Mochi Melt, we have Uberlube, we have Early to Bed, and so many good gifts, so many good prizes. And I guess it's time to announce the winner? of the... I mean, if that's something you guys want to hear. I've not made it official to who won yet because I wanted it to be a surprise. After this episode airs, I will contact the winner directly. But of the over... Again, guys, you turned out on this. Over 200 entries into the Sexy Santa giveaway. Thank you for the Instagram. Thank you for the Patreon. Thank you for all the ways you were able to enter. You entered so good. Ooh, like balls deep good. Oh, it was good. It was amazing. We do have a winner. We did do a random Google drawing of all the entrants into the contest. And it is I, Sammy Switch, have the divine pleasure to announce to the Suburban Slut Podcast community the winner of the 2025 Sexy Santa giveaway is, drumroll please, Aaron, who joined us on Patreon and got those bonus entries and was drawn at number 46, which was one of their numbers, through the Google randomizer. Aaron, you are the winner of the first annual Suburban Slut Podcast Sexy Santa giveaway. Round of applause. Round of applause. Woo, yeah, woo. I could use sound effects, but I can just clap. So, Aaron, we will be reaching out to you shortly. Thank you to everyone who participated and played. I will definitely try another giveaway. It was fun. It's a great way for us to all interact, and I'm here for it anytime. What should we talk about today, guys? Gals, theys, thems? Well, let's see. It's December 27th. The dumpster fire of 2025 is coming to an end. Unfortunately, we are still stuck with certain politics we cannot avoid. But again, we do not talk politics on this show. So 2025 was a difficult year for some, for most, for all. We are still here. We are still slutty. And we made it through together, fam. So let's recap some of the positive sex stuff that happened in 2025. We're also going to recap, wrong word, preview 2026. What could the year hold? What's going to be big in sex and kink? So we're going to do a little preview, a little review of the previous year. And I also have an email to read. So that's going to be the episode this week. Unfortunately, no guest today. Just Daddy Sammy in your ears, cuddling, holding you sweetly as you listen. As a little teaser, there is plenty of content upcoming, though. I recently had the absolute pleasure of Ashley Clem coming back and talking love languages. Tomorrow, I am interviewing someone I cannot wait to get on the show. Rosbot, I had the pleasure of meeting them in person. They are so kind. They are so amazing and talented. The interview is going to be, I'm recording it tomorrow. Why I want that episode out soon is because Clown Cult Chicago division, a division of the mother cult, Clown Cult, is putting on their second show. And it's going to be coming up soon. I'm not pulling this up on Instagram as I'm telling you about it. There we go. I've randomly just remembered. Not that I just randomly got Instagram to work for me. However, Clown Cult Chicago 2 Electric Boogaloo. January 24th, doors 7 p.m. The big show, 8 to 10 p.m. The first show absolutely sold out. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, folks, go to clowncult.shy on the Instagram. Follow their link in bio and secure your tickets as soon as possible. I am buying my tickets this weekend as well because I don't want to miss this at all. Rosbot's going to be coming on tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an interview, obviously, about Clown Cult and themselves. They have a fascinating story to share. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to get that out as soon as possible. Like I said again, spoiler alert, probably February. I'm going to be guessing this will be the Valentine's Day treat this year. Slut Madness number 3. Oh, You know, the third one's a hard one to hold up. You got to hold the standards of the previous two. You got to be new. You got to be innovative. It's like, think of Star Wars. Star Wars was great. Empire Strikes Back, oh my God, so pinnacle. Return of the Jedi, great film. Actually, that's a bad example because Empire Strikes Back was better than Return of the Jedi. Oof, okay. But any hoozles, you know what I mean, is there's a lot of pressure on the third Slut Madness to stand tall and stand out and above. So we've done kinks. We just did sex toys. Again, Merry Christmas. What a perfect time to drop that episode, huh? Slut Madness Volume 3, Episode 3, Chapter 3, whatever, 3, is going to be porn categories. Oh, that's it. It's porn categories. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a bracket of 32 sexy movie categories, such as transsexual, such as strap-on, such as facials, whatever we can pull up on the good old. I like to use YouPorn a lot, but I know RedTube's a big one, but YouPorn is more my go-to. So I'm going to be doing some research. Going to be getting into that bracket of 32 teams. Going to be recruiting from previous guests and see who wants to come on. And we shall see. I got a feeling it'll be right in time for Valentine's Day. It'll really get the spirit going. And on top of all that, the first ever Pan's Play Party, which is the new group on FetLife for the local Chicago suburbs people that identify as queer, pansexual, bisexual, where you just like everybody. It's a nice, easy get-together. It's a nice, easy vibe check. And it's going to be a fun party. This will be the second inaugural. Technically its first official, though. So, yeah, we're going to go with first official. We are taking interviews. We are reviewing people. This is a very exclusive club because we want to make sure people that join this club fit the vibe and fit the core values of the club. It's not just going to be a club where you can buy a ticket and attend. It's going to be a vetting process. You're going to be interviewed. And we're just going to make sure that you fit the vibe. That's what's most important about these get-togethers. So if you're in the Chicago area, if you want to know more information on that, go to Sammy Switch on FetLife and look for Pan's Play Box. Copyrighted, thank you. So don't get any ideas now, I own it. What else? I know we're kind of on a tangent here. I'm going to be picking up a new microphone in a little bit today, actually. So Santa did bring me some audio mixing equipment. So this might be the very last time you hear Daddy Sammy recording on his trusty Black Yeti. I always keep her around, but hey, I want to give you guys, boys, cannot talk today. Guys, gals, theys, and thems, the best possible audio sounding I can give you. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely let you know when that starts. So let's jump in this week. All right. There's plenty bad 2025. We can all agree. But there also was some good. It wasn't all dumpster fire. So let's recap. Papers. Scoop. Okay. 2025 sexy review. Review of sexiness. So we're going to go over trends, highlights, stuff that came up, stuff that seemed to be everyone's jam for 25, and have a little discussion about it. So in 2025, some of the stuff that was noted online articles about the 2025 year in review. I went on Google. I read some articles. One of the biggest ones was definitely from Love Honey. Shout out to them. They had a very in-depth article that I read through, and it was like, oh, this is very interesting, this article, so let's share it with the Slutties. Yes. So some of the stuff that was happening in 2025 sex-related, there was a little bit of a sex recession? Question mark. It does turn out that data from various sources indicated that people are having less sex. Those people, I'm so sorry. You're not part of the Suburban Slut podcast because we have all the sex. We're sex positive. We're sex encouraging. But yeah, it turns out that let's see, based on recent reports, around 30% of Gen Z was reportedly being intentionally celibate. That's fucking crazy, right? I didn't give much details on it, but I can imagine, there's a lot of stress this year, guys and gals, theys and thems. A lot of stress. And I mean, I can't lie. I definitely had less sex this year than I did last year. Absolutely. So I think it is a broader issue than just Gen Z. Daddy Sammy's a little older. But yeah, I think everybody can relate to the stress of life, of politics, of a nation just, fuck, man, we're just trying to get by at this point. Between rent, between groceries, between concerts, between play parties and shit. I mean, life's expensive. It's just hard to put food on the table. I know it's cliche, but legit. Try and go to the grocery store and feed a family of 3 on one salary. It's impossible almost, unless you have a really good fucking job. And then I know a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus communities had a lot of struggles this year. It's very well known with politics and all that. I know we don't talk politics, but, all the political bullshit that's happened to them. It's fucking bad. And that's stressful. And I'm sorry. I love sex, but if I'm stressed the fuck out, the last thing I want someone to do is be on top of me. It's not for me. If I'm stressed out, I need to get in a better headspace to have those sexy relations. I can't just be like, oh, yay, sex. No. It's a process, for me at least. So yeah, I don't find that as shocking as some other people may find it, but yeah, 30% less. Yeah, not a shocker. Not a shocker to me. It's unfortunate, and hopefully in the coming year, those people can come to the Suburban Slut podcast. They can download some episodes. They can find their vibe, their tribe, their community, and get the support and help they need to get back in that sexy mind frame. Another trend of 2025, sober sex. This I can attest to. It seemed that a growing number of people are actually engaging by choice in sexual activities without substances or booze. And some of the reasons are deeper emotional connection, as well as heightened physical sensation. I mean, if you haven't had sex on Molly, I mean, heightened physical? I mean, come on. But no, I get the appeal of sober sex. And we've all had the drunk sex. Very, very common. Those mornings can be rough. If you've had too much as it is, those evenings can be rough. You can lose yourself. You cannot be there 100% with your partner. And that can obviously cause some safety issues along some relationship issues. I am sober now 6+ months. And I'll be honest and open with you, Slutties. There was definitely some sexual encounters this year that I was too blitzed for and should not have been participating. And unfortunately, I do remember the few of them that happened, and I regret them 100%. At that time, I was not in a good headspace, and I was not putting my people first. Because when you're having an encounter with someone, you need to put their safety and concerns and them first. And there was a few times this year where I I overdrank and was not coherent during said encounters. Thankfully, nothing happened. I was just made an ass of myself. And sadly, I mean, that's fortunate for me that, I didn't upset anyone, didn't offend, but still, I personally am embarrassed. And I'm sure to all those listening, you can absolutely recall a situation where, you just weren't in the right mindset and you did it anyways for the sex. So I'm glad to see more people are having sober sex. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The Suburban Slut podcast is a fan of raves and party favors and substances that help said scenarios every now and then, responsibly. But overall, yes, sober sex, sign me up. Let's go. What else we got here? So there's some stuff, I mean, this is above my pay grade if you slutties are aware of this. I mean, I guess I could just use my phone and look it up. Okay. So another trend was mindful and slow intimacy. Trends like Kerza and warm sex emphasize slow, intentional intimacy, prioritizing connection and mindfulness. So I did look this up, and warm sex is listed as sex that feels emotionally close, comfortable, intimate, and deeply connected. I'm on the fence on this one because I had moments like that and then turned out that they were too intense or too emotional or too feelings related. So yeah, I struggle with that one. And it does say mindfulness over goal-orientated encounter. So I don't know. I feel like this might be more of like a reconnecting thing. Like this is not the typical sex you have on like a first date or something, obviously. Or one of those situations where like, we weren't really dating, but we were dating. And then emotions got in and, messed everything up. So yeah, I guess that is on the rise, as well as holistic sexual wellness. This is the sexual wellness let's see. Sexual wellness being viewed as an essential part of self-care, encompassing mental health, self-exploration, physical well-being through practices like mindful masturbation and pelvic floor exercises. So I know the term holistic can normally be like an icky word, because then you think of like, what's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop and like, just all like the holistic scams out there. I think a better way to phrase this one would be mindful sexual wellness. Because yes, self-care and self-pleasure, they go hand in hand, pun intended. You should be exploring your body. You should be having orgasms and just taking care of you. It is part of self-care. I believe firmly that, self-pleasure is self-care and is very vital. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your mood. It's good to have a little bit of that before a first date. Not a first date, but funny backstory. As you heard, when Bowie was on the first time, they told me they had like the anxiety before they came on the show. So of course I masturbated right before the show. I was just like, I appreciate that, because it brought out a more calm, more relaxed Bowie. And just like going on dates, I normally empty the chamber before going on a date, because you never know. Things might go really well, and you don't want that first encounter to be like 2 minutes, And overall, it really does. It's a mood stabilizer. You pleasure yourself before going out. You have endorphins. You're relaxed. You're in a better mood. So, slutties, next time you go out for coffee or on that first date, why don't you take care of yourself first? And then go have some fun. How's that sound? And again, Can you tell it's Saturday? Like, I'm tired. And I wish I had a co-host to bounce off of today, but I don't. It's just me. But I do like to give you raw, Sammy, so, I'm doing my best. The politicization of sex, we are going to skip because, again, politics is a whole nother issue. I just don't want to give my spoons to that topic. And we just know it sucked. Politics and sex do not go together. We've seen the harm it has done. Hopefully we can make a comeback. Or come on someone's back. One of the two or both. Now this is an interesting one to me. Fluidity. Yes. Fuck, guys, seriously? Fluidity in relationships. E&M open relationships and poly gain significant momentum with a strong emphasis on clear communication and respect for boundaries. Okay, yes, poly and E&M is way more bigger than ever. A lot of people are realizing that it is unrealistic to expect one person to fulfill all your kinks, all your needs, all your feels. Now, where I have an issue, and again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give it to you raw, folks. I'm gonna tell you my personal experience. I think these, oh God, I'm gonna sound so old. The newer generation into E&M and such, they have some work to do because I have had more encounters than I would like to admit where open communication and respect for boundaries was not done. I will give one example. Keeping people anonymity. You know what? Take a shot or touch your nipples really hard every time I mess up a word on this episode. You're welcome. There was a partner I had an encounter with, and I reached out and I was like, hey, I had a lot of fun with you. Would you like to do that again, just one-on-one? And they were like, sure. I was like, cool. And so then I started trying to communicate. Just like, hey, how's your day going? Or like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Because I thought that was normal. Like, we're communicating, we're planning to meet up, have a date, have some sex. And completely random out of the blue, they never said anything to me. And I was just like, all right, whatever, I'm just giving up. The vibe's not there. It's fine. Clearly there was an issue. I wish they would have spoke up. Again, here with this clear communication that some people absolutely need to work on. I'm sorry if I'm calling you out, but guys, gals, theys, and thems, you cannot write this down, tattoo it on your arm. You cannot do E&M, open relationships, or poly without clear communication. People cannot read your minds. You have to speak up. That is how a healthy relationship works. So I didn't hear anything from this person, and then randomly, from one of their partners, they were like, oh yeah, they told me you were like trying to say hi and good morning. That's so ick. And I was like, what the that was ick? Yeah, it's just supposed to be sex. You're not supposed to be like trying to talk and chat. And I bit my tongue at the moment because it wasn't worth it. But yeah, no, they were in the wrong 100%. If that is something you do not want, or if that is something you do not care for, ghosting and not speaking up is the absolute worst way to do it. You should use clear communication. You should just say, hey, I'm not really here for chit-chat. Oh, okay, cool. See how fast and easy I solved that problem? That's all it takes. Speak your wants, advocate for yourself. Your needs are valid, but people can't read your mind. People can't assume what you want or what you're into or what you're not into. It's just not good. And unfortunately, that was one of my bad experiences this year, is that person just sucked at communication and then just placed the blame on me. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to accept that. And I will accept when I do wrong. I will accept when I am wrong. Absolutely. But yeah, this was a clear case of, a younger generation in the poly E&M arena that just has some learning to do. And again, I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah, everyone, if you're into this, you will fail if you don't have clear communication. It's not high school. It's not a he said, she said. It's if something's wrong. It's that if something's wrong or you have something you want specifically, talk to that person. That's all it takes. You can text. You can voice memo, whatever you want. If you want or need something, speak up to the other person. It's that easy. And it makes things so much better. Like, oh my God, so much better. I mean, that's why, honestly, my most successful E&M and poly relationships have been with people in their late 30s or early 40s. Because they get it. They've been through it. The second you start dipping your toe into this, and again, I hate saying the phrase, but this younger generation, it's just, they got to do more homework. I'm sorry. You got to really do the research if you want it to be successful and if you want to be a good person in the community. There we go. Nice and easy. Again, fluidity. Can't say the word still. All right, what else? So here's a good one, and this is one I definitely want to talk to you guys about and get your feedback. Exploration of erogenous zones. What do we have here? It seems there was a shift from genital-centric views of intimacy, where now we're exploring varied erogenous zones and senses, including increased interest in anal play. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear this. Yeah. I know it's hard to feel secure and safe in your body and your wants and needs, especially even in 2025. But boys, girls, theys, thems, I support this like 1,000,000%. Explore with your partner. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. If you want to try something new, let them know. Like, hey, maybe when you're down there next time, you can kind of, tickle that spot with the fingertip and we can go from there. There's ways to prepare. There's ways to be ready. Again, exploration is about doing your homework. Do a Googles. Send an email to suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to give advice and tips and tricks all day. But yeah, I think a lot of people were more open this year into exploring bodies, and that's fucking great. I think that's the Gold Star Award for the year. Guys, I hate to tell you, it's not gay to play with your butthole. Like, it's almost gay not to. I know that doesn't make sense. But seriously, there's so many pleasure zones on the body that even some people are afraid to have their nipples touched or like their butt touched or their lower back, whatever your spot is. Just try to be open, try to feel safe. Have those conversations with your partner so you can feel safe. And I think the one thing I can say definitely in 2025 is Sammy definitely asked for more things. I was not hesitant to speak my needs and wants. If there was something I wanted to do in a party scenario, I asked for it. Instead of just sitting there waiting for someone to read my mind or just do it. So I think this is a great, great win for the year. I think this is the highlight of the year. Let's keep exploring erogenous zones. Keep speaking up for your wants and needs. And just feel safe with your partners. And, support each other. Slutties, that's what we're here to do. Support. Support and have fun. So that was the key trends and happenings in 2025. What else was big in 2025? Well, let's talk about it. The debut of the Suburban Sud podcast. We started strong. We started out the gate. 2 hopeful people, 1 a reluctant co-host. But yeah, those first few episodes were a lot of fun. And I'm thankful for the memories. I'm thankful for the learning experience. I'm thankful people stuck by because the audio drastically changed every fucking episode. But yeah, when I was primed and ready, we came back and we're here today. And 2025 was a healing year for me. And this show really helped. Just being able to share my silly shit antics, my life, and being able to be open and vulnerable with you guys and gals and theys and thems really meant a lot to me. And I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we're still doing the show. 2026, there's a lot coming. And I'll be coming a lot. I had to say it. I'm sorry. But no, there's some big shit coming up next year. And it's going to be the make or break for this show. We're going to really put ourselves fucking out there. And I believe in me, and I believe in this show, and I believe you guys are going to love what's coming. So stay the fuck tuned. 26, the year of the slut, as we call it. That'll be the season named the year of the slut. Let's really embrace it. So what is there's also like fortune predictions of sex and kink and such. So I found another article that said what will be the predicted trends. Like, you know how during the summer there's those reports about like what's going to be the hottest Christmas toy. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. Well, here was a few predictions for 26, and I want to hear your opinions. Guys, gals, theys, thems. I really want you, if you listen to this segment, send me an email this week or next week, but let's try and keep it, within the next 2 weeks. I want to know your thoughts on these predictions and maybe your own if you have some. suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. Here we go. So, and this is again from Love Honey as well. This is from Elizabeth Newman, a qualified sexologist. Always cite your sources. Let's dive in. She predicts that 2026 is going to be the year of pleasure. See, the year of the slut, it's already coming together. Thank you. Here we go. The rise of digital threesomes, age gap relationships, and the return of the office romance. We're gonna talk about that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read. So the death of the one-night stand. So this is talking about because there is So for the death of the one-night stand, it's in danger of going extinct, which I'm sorry, I don't agree. This is my personal opinion as someone that's an active slut. Ms. Newman says, data suggests that the Gen Z born between 97 and 2012 Gen Z, 97, 2012. So let's just keep that. I know everyone has different variations of Gen Z, Gen X, whatever. I'm not a boomer. I am in Generation X, the greatest generation there is, because we were hardcore. So this generation are more likely to attribute meaning to sexual encounters compared to other generations. On the topic of body count, younger people were by far the most likely to apply significance to this number. So I'm going to pause there because my partners for the year, that was never an issue. And these were younger people. Body count, I think in monogamy, body count is a thing that's looked down upon, and that's it. I'm not going to lie. I think this is coming from a monogamous viewpoint. A previous survey showed that 15% of 18 to 24-year-olds have had a drunken sexual encounter compared to 69% of 25 to 34-year-olds. That doesn't make any sense. Just lose it. So I don't know. I mean, one-night stands are always going to be a thing. You're going to meet someone at a bar. You're going to meet someone at a party. You're going to drunkenly or under the influence, hopefully consensually. People, remember that's still a big thing. One-night stands are always going to be a thing, and they're always going to happen. I don't know. This is my personal view. This is my personal opinion. But Miss Newman, I strongly disagree that the one-night stands will be the death. Now, a one-night stand may lead into something more. That doesn't nullify that it was a one-night stand. So I want to keep that in mind, slutties. I don't know what they mean, like, I don't know. I think there's too many variables here and not enough data. So this first one, I'm going to disagree on. I don't think the death of the one-night stand is a thing. All right, so the data they do have, let's go over the data. The fact that younger people are living at home for longer due to the economy and housing is also having an impact on one-night stands. Okay, but you don't have to go home. There's hotel rooms or other people's house. Like, there's ways around having to go back to your house for sex, people. I mean, come on. And then some Gen Z people may be experiencing office culture for the first time as companies return to a hybrid or fully in-person model following years of working from home. This will give them a whole new social space to explore new connections. Okay, so this I can validate, but also that can also lead to one-night stands. Who hasn't fucked a coworker, right? Come on. And then they also talk about the use of dating apps is also declining, fueled by swipe fatigue and general mistrust in the dating scene. 100% accurate. Miss Newman, my hat's off to you on that one. So I don't know. I mean, I get their statistics, but it's also coming from one focus group. It looks like they're focusing on Gen Z. Gen Z, I love you. But there's also other generations in the field. So I don't know, maybe from that one aspect, but I don't agree with the death of the one-night stand. That's just me. That's my opinion. Hold me to the flames if you want. Now, they did also talk about, where to go here, that we might see an uptake in, here we go. Workforce romance may be in a boom this year. So again, I think we need some deeper exploration on this. Yes, COVID forced a lot of people to work from home. Some companies transitioned people back to the workplace. This was years ago. From what I've seen here in the Chicagoland area, the people that were working from home for COVID that returned to office returned like 2-3 years ago. I am blessed in that I still work from home because they closed our office to save on money. So I don't think it's a return to the office because I think that cultural shift already happened like 2-3 years ago. But I do want to talk about workplace romance because it is a thing. I mean, you're with those people, and this is what a lot of people realize. At a job, you're there 8 to 9 hours a day working with those people. You build connections. You build friendships, and sometimes you build some sexual interest when some mild flirting turns a little more than mild. As a funny sidebar, I was accused of a workplace romance once. It was a fucking nightmare and terrifying. And holy shit, it was not fun. There was this woman I worked with, and she would notice me. I'm a flirty person. It's what I do. It's part of my charm. It's part of who I am. At work, I'm a flirty person. And she would get upset because we didn't really talk to this lady much. And it felt like she was just jealous of the attention, that we had friends, that other people flirted in the office, but nobody flirted with her. So she made a rousing accusation of myself and someone at work having an ongoing affair, which was made very public very quickly. And I had to go to the police. I had to get a cease and desist. I had to have a very hard conversation with my wife that, yeah, this is not a thing. This bitch is crazy. We don't know what's going on. She was fired immediately from the company, all this stuff. But, my personal opinion, guys, gals, theys, and thems, do not fuck with the company, Inc. It's rarely a success. It definitely causes more problems than you want to deal with. And ultimately, in the end, one of you are going to have to leave the job. So, I mean, sex and work is, I feel like that's going to go on a topic for next year. We're going to do a sex and work topic because I have so much to talk about with sex and work. So I'm marking that down now. Sex and work next year. All right, let's see what else. Oh, so this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You ever have a digital threesome? Yeah. So this is weird to me as I don't understand it and I'm doing my research. Again, we don't yuck yums, but I may have questions. A digital threesome refers to a relationship that incorporates AI on some scale. While some people use AI for sex advice, others turn to it as a dating coach, asking for feedback and their input. Some are even going as far as to bring AI as a romantic partner. And that's where I left off. So here's my question. So a digital threesome, when I first read that, I thought it meant like you a partner in AI. So it's you relying on AI heavily for a relationship. And AI is almost up there with politics. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons. I don't know. When it comes to dating advice, though, I don't know. I say go to your source you trust. I prefer to go to friends or to current partners or even former partners because they know more about the situation. It's always going to be more in depth than asking AI, hey, does Kate like me? Because I'm getting mixed vibes and I can't tell. What's AI going to do? Yeah, I think she's really into you, and I think you should make a move. That's a great idea, because, the South Park episode, AI basically just pats your balls the entire time. So I don't know. I think that's a dangerous game. I think you can go to, like, date ideas, stuff like that. But when it comes to connection and human beings, me personally, I would stick to humans and just be like, hey, hey, Mark, there's this Kate girl at work, and, let me tell you the situation. Let me see what you say. Mark will be better than AI. How's that for you? All right. And tying out the... No, there's two more. I'm so sorry. No, that's it. The last one. With sex still seen as a taboo subject, AI has served as a helpful sounding board when it comes to questions about intimacy. Experts said they predict a boom in novelty and fantasy sex toys featuring cute designs and mythical vibes. So we're talking like creature cocks, obviously, because that's mythical. And cute designs, not some... It can even be hearts, it can be shapes, it can be all sorts of stuff. But yes, sex toys have been, for the fantasy readers, like clutch. You can get dragons, wolves, demons, all sorts of shit. And you can also get cute stuff like pride-colored and shapes for particular areas, everything. And again, this circles back to 2026 being the year of the slut. I think people are going to start exploring a lot more with sex toys. I think that's going to be the continuing trend, and it's going to be bigger than ever. Because a lot of fantasy people that, that are into cosplay, that are into LARPing, however you want to say it, like some of those cock designs and toy designs scream to them, and they're like, holy shit, let's fucking go. And of course, just as always, sexual taboos. I think we're doing a great job as a community breaking down taboos as it is. I mean, what's left to be ashamed for? Be yourself, embrace who you are, and have fucking fun. Eating ass is a delight. It's so much fun. But there's still some people, it's a taboo. Girl, what's taboo really nowadays? Come on. Let's step back and look what's actually taboo. Decent rent, that's a taboo. Decent health benefits, that's a taboo. Wanting to have a threesome with two guys? Nah, not a taboo. That's a Tuesday. Oh, the age gap. Yes. So the final part of this segment, as I've said like twice, again, guys, gals, theys, thems, I said when I misspeak, touch yourself. You're welcome. You might have come like 2 or 3 times by now. I'm so sorry. But I love this episode of Raw Sammy. Like, I'm not going to go back and edit it. I'm just going to leave it in. And it's part of the show. It's part of the charm. Like, I fuck up. Boy, do I fuck up. Holy, how much time do you have? I'm leaving all this in, and it's, it's just part of the show. Because I'm real with you guys and gals and theys and thems, and I want you to be real with me. So it's going to be a new part going forward, is a lot less editing and just more Sammy. Age gap dating is becoming more accepted because people are realizing that emotional compatibility, not just age, is what sustains attraction. So, from my own experience, most of my partners this year have been younger. And I definitely have that emotional maturity because 9 years into the lifestyle, like, I get it. I know what's going on. I know what to do and what not to do. So when people say, oh, I don't want any drama, I want to avoid the drama. Bitch, you are the drama. You are the people that people need to look out for. The best way to avoid drama is just to not do it and not be part of it. If you want to date me, you're dating me. I'm not playing fucking games. I'm not doing this or that. It's you and me dating, having a good time. That's what dating should be. But unfortunately, a lot of times in lifestyles, especially in E&M, other partners, other drama, it comes up. It happens. And it's such a fucking headache. Like, dude, it's so hard to explain. But I just wish people weren't so fickle and so, like, dead set in their ways, where it's like, hey, let's be open, let's be honest, let's communicate. And let's just pick our feet up and go with the flow. How does that sound? That's what I am in a relationship. I don't like to over-boundary myself or overset standards or things that I want or need. I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it fun. I absolutely will advocate for myself, but I also won't sit here and nitpick everything that happens and avoid things from happening. I think the big thing for 2026, and this is my personal prediction, this is the Suburban Slut Podcast prediction for 2026, for the year of sex, the year of the slut. And this is going to be my encouragement to my slutties, to the community. Don't be afraid to get some fucking feelings. It happens. It's absolutely normal. You cannot, and bet me on this, I'll take your bets all day. You cannot have a partner and see them for an extended period of time and not have feelings. You can sit there and you can fight, you can argue, and just the more you fight and argue, it's like, what's wrong with the feelings? We're intimate. Part of intimacy is feelings. It's just crazy that some people are dead set where it's like, oh, I don't want any feelings involved. Okay, that's cool. But then you continue seeing them for months and months. Feelings are natural. Feelings are going to happen. And as long as you have your boundaries, like, hey, we're dating, we're partners, okay? I understand you have other partners. I understand you have kids or whatever the scenario is. You can respect that. But you can also be like, hey, I really like being with you and I have feelings towards you. That doesn't mean you're going exclusive. That doesn't mean anything except for you naturally develop feelings for someone you're having sex with and spending your quality time with. I know a lot of people out there that stand on the flagpole or the hill of fuck feelings. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Fuck feelings. But on the other hand, if they happen, have a discussion about them. Talk about them. I think it's crazy to think if you're with someone for 6 months, going on dates, meeting other people, playing with other people, feelings are natural and they're going to happen. Just, guys, gals, theys, thems, just talk about it. Don't be so anti. At least be willing to have that conversation. That's what I want the takeaway to be from here. At least be willing to have a conversation with your partners about feelings in 2026. It's just a conversation, so both of you can hear each other out, and it'd be a great time to check in and just see where everyone's at. Is that so bad? I don't think that's asking a lot. And, you know, for me personally, I mean, spoiler alert, I was clearly in one of those scenarios and we never saw eye to eye on the feelings things. And yeah, it sucks because they were a very special partner to me. And I definitely enjoyed that time with them. And yes, I developed feelings, but it wasn't like, I love you, let's run away to Gay Paris and be married, blah, blah, blah. No. I was aware they are just a partner. We're not boyfriend, girlfriend. We're not committed. We're not monogamous. But they were a play partner I developed feelings for and was told very adamantly, no, I don't want that. Don't need it. Don't fuck around. Don't talk about it. And it's one of those scenarios where I just think if we would have had a better conversation, like a more open dialect conversation, clearly maybe some deeper conversations just needed to happen, but it is what it is. Radical acceptance or something to do about it now. But that's what I want for you, my slutties. Talk to your partners this year. Don't be afraid to talk about feelings. And just have a conversation. That's all. And if you do that, suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com, let me know how it goes. All right, so that was 2025. That was 2026. Oh, fan email. We finally got another fan email because my slutties listen. Good boys and girls and theys and thems. Good job. Alrighty. This is a good email. So, wrapping out 2025, another anonymous. Okay. They did not include a name this time, and that's okay. You don't have to put a name on here. If you're shy about emailing the show, just say anonymous. I got you. You're okay. You're safe. Hey, Sammy. I'm new to kink, and I realized something recently that surprised me way more than ropes or toys ever did. I think I might be really into praise, and I don't know what to do with that. I always assumed kink was about pain or control or being wild, but the first time a partner intentionally complimented me during a moment of intimacy, telling me I was doing well, that I was wanted, that I was good at pleasing them, it completely short-circuited my brain in a good way, but a very distracting way. My question is, how do you explore something like a praise kink without feeling embarrassed or needy? And how do you bring it up without sounding like you're just fishing for compliments? I'm confident in most areas of my life, which somehow makes this feel more awkward to admit, but I can't stop thinking about how safe and grounded it made me feel. And now I'm wondering if this is actually a legit kink and not just me being emotionally soft, S-A-W-F-T, soft. Sorry, tangent. Would love your thoughts on how to explore this intentionally, communicate it clearly, and not spiral afterward wondering, why am I like this? Thanks for making space for questions like this. You make curiosity feel less cringe. Aw, thank you. New, nervous, and unexpected, very into being told I'm doing a good job. Well, thank you for the email. I'm going to just phrase you goody. So goody, first of all, good job. I'm proud of you for asking questions that are hard and for getting help on something you needed guidance on. So good job. Proud of you. All right, slutties, let's dive in. So how do you explore something like a praise kink without feeling embarrassed or needy? Sometimes it can come off that way. As a previous narcissistic episode covered, it's a fine line between narcissism and praise. Ooh, I need a pen. I need to write that down. Sorry. Oh, sorry for the distraction. Okay. So yeah, embarrassed or needy, again, praise and narcissism. There's a fine line, but you can honestly tell, for me personally, like, I love praise. But I don't sit there and demand it or make it something every time. I think if you constantly need it, like in an abundance, then you might want to sit down and rethink it. I think a good healthy praise kink is just, randomly being told, oh, you're such a good girl. Wow. God, you are really good at that. Boy, fuck, you are blowing my mind. And stuff like that. And honestly, I gave myself goosebumps there. It's like, hello. So yeah, I don't think it's something to be embarrassed about. It can be a difficult conversation, but I think it's a good conversation to have, almost a necessity. If you want something, you should feel comfortable to ask your partner for it. And this is a great time for you guys to sit down, have a drink, have a snack, have some pizza, and be like, hey, I want to go over this. Can we have a conversation about this? So the other night you told me this, and it really fucking turned me on. And it really made me feel something. This is something I would like to explore with you more. What are your thoughts? Right there. Perfect introduction. Perfect way to start a conversation. So goody, I hope that helps. And yes, I know it can be shy and awkward to talk to your partner about wants and needs, but if you go into it in an honest, open, and vulnerable way, it's gonna turn out good. You'll either get what you want, or you'll find out that, hey, it might not be for them, and at least you'll find that out instead of hoping they'll just do it or having unrealistic expectations. So it's going to be a good conversation either way. Trust me. I mean, how do you bring it up without sounding like you're just fishing for compliments? Like we just mentioned, I think that's the best way to do it, is just say, I never really felt anything for this, but when you said it the other day, it made mama melt. Boy, tell me more. I mean, don't be that slutty about it, but just tell them that it turned you on and it's something you want to explore more. And again, that's where I say the narcissism side, where it's too close teetering. If you were demanding it like all the time, like, how was dinner? Tell me how good it was. What was your favorite? Like, stuff like that. A praise kink is exactly what it is. It's a kink. It's not a 24/7 thing, but every now and then when it pops up, it melts you like butter. And like you said yourself, Goody, it made you feel safe and grounded. Absolutely. When someone calls me a good boy, I literally get shivers up my spine. I feel seen. I feel safe. I feel wanted. It's the best feeling in the world. And yes, it is absolutely a legit kink, because if you told me that all the time, I wouldn't be into it. I'd be like, all right, you already said that like a bunch. I'm good. But because it's used every now and then, it's used more as a kink instead of a constant. If that makes sense, more of a kink than a constant, it still works and it's still so good. And even on a degradation side, when one of my partners calls me a fucking worthless little slut, I need a rag. Some praise and degradation kink. I'm a typical Gemini. I am a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't think it's emotionally soft at all. Being told you're good at something is typically validating, typically very good. And sometimes some people have trauma, some people have past experiences, and that kind of stuff really goes a long way. If you had a rough childhood or a rough relationship where you were told you weren't good enough, or nothing you did was right or anything, and someone comes along and tells you that, it flips a switch. So yeah, not emotionally soft at all, Goody. So I don't think you have to worry about that. And so for the spirals, Goody, come sit on my lap and let's have a conversation about spirals. I'm big on spiraling. I try to stay grounded. So my personal experience in this scenario, I know it's going to sound silly. Slutties, please don't laugh at me. I'm trying to help Goody here. When I start to spiral, I legitimately, or if I have to send that big text, or I know that big conversation's coming, I sit down, I put my feet on the ground, socks or barefoot, but no shoes. You want to feel a connection to the ground. And just focus on your breathing. And just say, it is what it is. I spoke up for myself. I will accept what comes. Whatever little phrase will help you in that moment, that's what I want you to repeat to yourself. For most of the time, it's just, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Because it is. You did something brave. You did something hard. You spoke up. You advocated for yourself, which we will always tell you to do on this show. 100%, 1 millionth of the times, advocate for yourself. And whatever their reaction is, that's okay. You can't control the outcome. But you spoke up for yourself, you said something you wanted, and now you can go from there. And Slutties, again, Goody, thank you so much for the email. Honestly, this was a nice kind of emotional email, and I'm thankful that you sent it to me. So I'm here to talk anytime. Guys, gals, theys, thems. If you want advice, if you just want to shoot the shit, suburbanslutpodcast@gmail.com. I will absolutely give you my 2 cents and a hug. And go from there. What's coming up on the show in the next few weeks? Rosbot will be coming by. Ashley Clem will be coming by. More previews of upcoming content and episodes. The Angel's Dust. Angel's Dust. Shiver. We are going to be checking out a dungeon soon, so we will be doing a full review on that. And yeah, so stick tuned for that. But yeah, keep your ears open. Much good stuff for 2026. Slutties, let's finish this year. We made it through. I'm proud of all of you. Very proud. Very, very proud of all of you. In 2026, the year of the slut, presented by the Suburban Slut Podcast. Let's fucking get it. And just like that, my sweet slutties, our night together has come to an end. Make sure you have all your things before you head out. And thanks for coming over. I had a lot of fun with you tonight, and I hope you had a lot of fun with me. Text me when you get home safe, but don't you worry. Come back anytime. I will leave a light on for you, and maybe even the door unlocked. Remember, pleasure is personal, consent is sexy, and curiosity keeps it fun. Stay safe and stay slutty. Bye-bye.
No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut. No need to knock, the door's unlocked. Come on in, let's have some fun. We'll make it hot, won't wanna stop. Slide on into Suburban Slut.